Peace and love, everybody. This is Judah's son for Put It Out There TV. Appreciate you allowing me to take up so much of your very valuable time. I'm going to try to make this quick, make this brief and clear. So, as you can see here, we are looking at an article, which is on the npr.org website, that says Facebook apologizes after its AI labels so-called black men as primates. You have to excuse me. This is a term from slavery. I don't identify with it. I'm not going to identify my people with it. It has nothing to do with us besides it being a term that's been carried over from slavery, and I just don't care for it. But anyway, Facebook apologizes after its AI labels black men, so-called black men, as primates, monkeys, apes, right? Now, before I go on, you can already see they're starting off with the BS, with the cow manure here. They want to blame it on the AI. And to me, that is the equivalent of a celebrity getting on social media, saying some shit. They get pushback from the people, or they get pushback from the corporations that they work for. And then all of a sudden they come back on that same profile and say, well, I was hacked. I didn't say that, right? This is the same thing. Like, Facebook doesn't have me fooled. I hope they don't have any of you guys fooled. So, goes on here to say, Facebook issued an apology on behalf of its artificial intelligence software that asked users watching a video featuring black men if they wanted to see more videos about primates. Yeah. The social media giant has since disabled the topic recommendation feature and says it's investigating the cause of the error, but the video had been online for more than a year. A Facebook spokesperson told the New York Times on Friday, which first reported on the story, that the automated prompt was an unacceptable error and apologized to anyone who came across the offensive suggestion. The video, uploaded by the Daily Mail on June 27, 2020, documented an encounter between a white man and a group of black men, who were celebrating a birthday. The clip captures the so-called white man allegedly calling 911 to report that he is being harassed by a bunch of black men, before cutting to an unrelated video that showed police officers arresting a black tenant at his own home. Former Facebook employee Darcy Groves tweeted about the error on Thursday after a friend clued her in on the misidentification. She shared a screenshot of the video that captured Facebook's "Keep Seeing These Videos About Primates" message. "This keep seeing prompt is unacceptable at Facebook," she wrote. And despite the video being more than a year old, a friend got this prompt yesterday. "Friends at Facebook, please escalate. This is egregious." This is not Facebook's first time in the spotlight for major technical errors. Last year, Chinese President Xi Jinping's name appeared as Mr. Shithole, S-H-I-T-hole, whatever, on its platform when translated from Burmese to English. The translation hiccup seemed to be Facebook specific and didn't occur on Google, Reuters had reported. However, in 2015, Google's image recognition software classified photos of so-called black people as gorillas. Google apologized and removed the labels of gorilla, chimp, chimpanzee, and monkey words that were censored over the last 2 years later. Now, before we get back to Facebook, let me kind of play the devil's advocate for Google, because I do search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is basically a science to where you are using the specific keywords that people are already using on the search engines, so that when they are using these terms, it leads them to your content, whether it's a website, a blog, a video, a Facebook, social media, business page, whatever the case may be. Now, I've seen this happen for years. What happens is people have been trying, specifically my people, it's just, we grasp for straws sometimes. And so basically I've been saying so-called black people for the last 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 years at the most. And they try to say that Google is racist, and maybe, but based off of this search engine thing, it's not. And the reason being is because what happens is Google is a search engine. So what happens is when you have people who are creating content and they're using certain keywords based around that content, whether it's a video, whether it's an image, whether it's an article, a blog, a file to download, whatever the case, if they are using those keywords in their content, and these are the keywords that you are using to search for certain things, depending on how optimized their content is, then you're going to see their content. So it's not Google that is producing the content that is saying so-called black people are apes, monkeys, chimpanzees. There are other people who are creating content that are saying this. There are other people that are writing content that has black people and monkey and chimpanzee in the content, and they may not necessarily be using it in a racial context whatsoever at all. So when you're seeing this stuff in the Google search engine, it's not Google. It's based off of the people who are creating the content, and they're using the same exact keywords that you utilize to find the content that you find to be offensive. Simple as that. That's search engine optimization. Google doesn't do that. All right, now back to Facebook. Now, Facebook is a whole different story. You know, as I said before, they want to blame it on the AI. And to me, AI are like children. You know, children don't become racist unless their parents or the environment that they're in are racist. AI is to an extent programmable. Also, they say that children watch the behaviors of their parents and then they take on those behaviors. So I'm questioning what type of behavior is going on at Facebook. What is this fly on the wall of an artificial intelligence? What is it witnessing? What type of behavior, what type of vocabulary is it hearing being used within the Facebook digital spectrum? Or, you know, maybe it may be connected to their whole building, in their offices. And what is this child, this baby, what type of behavior and vocabulary is it listening to? Is it hearing? You know, doesn't that make sense? All right. So to me, this still falls back on Facebook. I'm not going to use that. Well, my social media was hacked or it was the AI. No, because the AI is watching you. The AI is seeing how you talk, listening to how you talk, watching your behavior. Facebook, don't play this game. And this bothers me because Facebook will turn around and will suspend your account, or they will, you know, suspend you till you can't get on there for 7 days. Things of this nature, and they're violating their own community guidelines. So in my honest opinion, I really feel that Facebook needs to sit itself down for 30 days, put itself in Facebook jail for 30 days, and they really need to think about what they have going on over there. Let me know what you think in the comments. This is very disrespectful, and I'm gonna tell you, this is not an accident. This is not a technological glitch. This is something else, in my honest opinion. I'm up out of here. This is Judas Son for Put It Out There TV. Appreciate you allowing me to take up so much of your very valuable time. One.